some things in life are just oddly satisfying. Like, for example, beautifully written calligraphy. Or popping bubble wrap. Or maybe watching waves at the beach. I just did this last week. It's gorgeous. But these days, though, I completely understand that, let's be real, like, times are tough. I completely get that. So I have found the number one most oddly satisfying thing in the entire world to ever exist. I found it, and I'm here to share that with you. Are you ready? It's one word. Voting. Come on, cast that ballot, circle that little ballot box, vote, show up on election day, and save our country, right? And I know what you're thinking. You might be like, oh, this was clickbait, or oh, that's not the most, oddly satisfying thing in the world. Maybe you're a fan of kinetic sand, or maybe you're a fan of, power washing driveways, which, let's be real, I totally get that. I'm a huge fan as well. But this truly is the number one most oddly satisfying thing in the world. And, let's go over some reasons why voting is. And more specifically, tomorrow, voting for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is the most oddly satisfying thing in the entire world. You want to go over it? Okay. How about first that, a tax plan that only taxes if you make $400,000 a year or more. I don't know about you, but that's not me, and that's probably not you, and most people don't make that. So for the people who are, rich and might have used some loopholes to get there and not paid their taxes quite right, finally them being taxed the same as everyone else, I think that's oddly satisfying. That's just me, though. And then what about supporting a $15 an hour minimum wage? I'm getting the chills, like, ooh, I'm getting the tingles. It's just amazing. And then what about strengthening the Affordable Care Act to where 20 million people won't lose their coverage, but also you have a choice and you can choose to have an Affordable Care Act plan or your own private plan. You getting those chills? I'm getting those chills. And then what about actually truly supporting the LGBTQ plus community? I think that's pretty oddly satisfying. Truly. I mean, I just found this out, but did you know on the GOP 2020 platform, which is, Trump's platform, you can go find it on their website, it's on there. One of their goals, if they win this election, is to repeal marriage equality, which we just got in 2015. That is not oddly satisfying to repeal marriage equality. So, that's terrifying. But you know what's not terrifying? Taking all of these coal jobs that are actually really bad for our environment, transitioning them to green energy jobs, and creating 1 million more jobs in the process. Literally saving our planet. Oddly satisfying. If you like nature, if you like being outside, if you like our planet not burning up and not having natural disasters hitting you at all times. Sounds scary, right? It's our future if we don't get this under control. So truly that sounds oddly satisfying to me, to switch those jobs up and, actually believe in science. Believing in science. Oddly satisfying. Also, actually releasing your tax returns to the public, not hiding things. course, there's the not having 26 sexual assault allegations or 6 bankruptcies on your record, and then not paying off a porn star for when you cheated on your wife, one of the times you cheated on your wife, and then also not defrauding children's charities to the point where you're literally not allowed to operate a charity in New York State ever again. Like, what? And then also not saying, COVID just is what it is when millions of people around the world have it and hundreds of thousands of people in America are literally dying from it. Exactly. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Not saying that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, that's pretty oddly satisfying for me. And then also not making America the laughingstock of the world. Have you checked in with any of your friends from other countries recently? Yikes. It is. I would just suggest talk to someone from another country. It is a wild experience. Definitely not oddly satisfying to be the laughingstock of the entire world. So, there's a lot here. I could go on and on, but I know you've heard it a million times, but this election truly is the most important election of our lifetimes. It truly, truly is. And people's lives are literally at stake. This is life or death for people. That sounds extreme, but it's true. And it might not be for you, and it might not be for someone you know directly, but for many people in this country, it is a life or death election. So please, when you're going to vote tomorrow, if you're able to vote, please vote with those people in mind. If you can't vote, but your parents can, or maybe you're out of the country, but someone you know in the country can vote, please ask them to vote with those people in mind. Please. If you love me, if you love any other marginalized person in the world or in this country, please vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And if you can't vote, please ask someone you know who can vote to do so. If you are out of the country, talk to your American friends. If you're not old enough, talk to your relatives, talk to your friends, and please just ask them to do it for the marginalized people that need it. I love you all. I really do. And I'll see you on the other side of this election.